It generally blows my mind that there is at the moment this comparison being made by so many people online between Baldur's Gate 3, which is a very damn good game, and Starfield, which again is a very damn good game. Larian Studios did an amazing job with Baldur's Gate 3, but Baldur's Gate 3 is not perfect. However, on the flip side of that, Starfield is not perfect, and they're totally different games. Baldur's Gate 3 is a D&D RNG style CRPG, whereas Starfield is a massive RPG with, wow, just infinite number of quests apparently. You can like both. However, you can dislike both. You can like one and not the other. That's absolutely fine. But please, for the love of God, all of the comments in nearly every video for Starfield, you have someone mentioning, nah, I'm somewhere, I'll stick with Baldur's Gate 3. Cool. You do that. Baldur's Gate 3, I still have not completed yet. I don't really do reviews anymore because I can't keep up with completing every single new 80-hour long game. However, I have to say I prefer Starfield. I will finish Baldur's Gate 3 and I will continue to have different playthroughs on it and try out different styles. However, when I got to Act 3 of Baldur's Gate 3, there were a lot of issues that reared their head. The frame rate dropped insanely when I went into lower Baldur's Gate. And it's just, and this might just be me being a punk bitch, but even though I was playing on the easiest difficulty, I don't know if it's the RNG nature of it or not, but there were some extreme spikes in difficulty where it was just overly insane, where my characters would miss or do next to no damage, and then I'd get absolutely munched. However, on the flip side of that, Baldur's Gate 3 has plenty to offer. It's a really good game, and if you're into that style of game, awesome. But Starfield is not the same. And although Starfield does have its own issues with frame rates here and there, and also reports of a few hard crashes maybe, and some AI and a couple of bugs here and there, Baldur's Gate 3 has them too. Now I know Larian Studios is a smaller studio and they made Baldur's Gate 3 and there's no planned DLC. They did release a deluxe upgrade that you could buy for cosmetics and stuff, so they're not immune to just releasing a complete package. They didn't quite do that. But what they did release was a full single-player experience with no battle pass, etc. That is what Starfield is. There is no battle pass. There is no microtransactions. It is a full, complete game. They are just different. You can have fun on both. You can have fun on one. You don't have to like every single new release that comes out. You don't have to keep comparing each game to the other. That's just insane. You're going to go through life being miserable. That just seems to be the issue these days, I find, with modern gaming, is people cannot just enjoy what they enjoy and just ignore what they don't. You don't have to be super vocal on every single video that gets released. Even on my videos, occasionally from time to time, I get some salty people come in, and although I am not dismissing any criticism of Starfield, I think Starfield is really good. It does have its issues. And I released a video yesterday which there was a robot that kind of glitched through the floor momentarily and then continued on. But that was it. Is that game breaking? No, it is not. If you loved Skyrim and Fallout and even Mass Effect, you will love Starfield. If you loved Divinity, Original Sin, Pathfinder, Pillars of Eternity, all those kind of, the original Baldur's Gate, all those kind of things, you will love Baldur's Gate 3. There's something for everybody. We need to be grateful that we are getting the quality of games that we are getting. Unfortunately, given the state of everything, games are never released 100% completely bug-free and super-duper fixed. And they weren't in the 90s either, but they just could never patch them, so they were a bit more polished. I mean, PlayStation games had no end of clipping, and some games, like, I don't know if anybody remembers Daikatana, but that game, that game failed. That was a horrendous game. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm not shitting on people who love or hate Starfield. I'm not shitting on people who love or hate Baldur's Gate 3. All I'm saying is these two games need to stop being compared. Baldur's Gate 3 is not infallible. It is not without its own problems. But Starfield is just a different game. It's a different style of RPG. It's a different experience. And a lot of people, bought into the hype of Baldur's Gate 3, picked up the game and then refunded it because they realised it was a turn-based RNG style D&D game. That's people being caught up in every single new major release. You do not have to buy every single new game that comes out. I certainly don't. I've been a fan of Bethesda games since I first played Morrowind on the original Xbox, and I've always been there for Oblivion. Oblivion was the first game I bought on 360. I went and queued up at midnight to buy Skyrim, Fallout 3 as well, and Fallout 4. And Fallout 4 has its issues on PC, but that does not take away. I think Fallout 4 is awesome. I know that gets some flack from Fallout fans, but I think it's a really good game. And that's all at the end of the day. I think it's good. I think Starfield is amazing. If you don't, that's cool. Again, it's like where people keep saying, oh, I just stick with No Man's Sky or Star Citizen. Cool. No worries. Crack on. You go do that. That's great. I'm going to enjoy this. Other people may enjoy this. Other people might not. But Jesus, this war between Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield that's being created behind the scenes is completely unwarranted. And just that kind of attitude needs to go away. It probably won't. The same with the console war thing going on between PlayStation and Xbox. I don't think it's ever going to go away. But just let me know in the comments down below. Do you feel the same way as I do? Do you just feel like, hey, if you like that, go like that? You don't have to then go and shit on that. You know, just leave people to it. I don't play FIFA games, and I kind of stay away from battle royales now. I used to play them a lot. However, I don't then go and shit on them in other people's videos or on Twitter or whatnot. I don't do that. You know, I kind of keep to my own and let people enjoy what they enjoy. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and thank you for watching.